Today, Wat Arun stands as Bangkok's most iconic historic silhouette on the Chao Phraya River.
Millions of visitors admire its towering spires, which rise over 70 meters into the sky. Things. The temple has endured centuries of tropical weathering, river floods, and urban development.
Preserving this complex architectural masterpiece requires continuous, highly specialized care. Beneath the decorative porcelain lies an engineering marvel that has resisted shifting riverbeds. Built long before modern machinery, the monument poses a profound question to modern architects. But how was this towering sacred structure actually built without the aid of modern machinery? To find out, we must travel back centuries, long before the foundation of modern Bangkok. Historians believe a modest temple known as Wat Arun stood on this exact site during the 1600s. In 1768, King Thaksin arrived at the shrine at dawn, after the tragic fall of the old capital. Inspired by the morning light, he vowed to turn the small shrine into his grand royal temple. The sanctuary was renamed Wat Chhaing, symbolizing the dawn of a new kingdom and capital city. For a time, this strategic riverside location housed the highly revered Emerald Buddha statue. Later, the kings of the Chakri dynasty resolved to expand the structure into a grand monument. The first great physical challenge was preparing the soft, marshy soils of the riverbank. Thousands of resilient mangrove wood piles were driven into the mud to stabilize the heavy site. A traditional sticky mortar mix was prepared to bind the massive foundation layers securely. Heavy blocks of laterite stone were transported down the river from distant inland quarries. These durable subterranean stone layers would support the immense weight of the rising spire. Precise measurements ensured the temple base remained perfectly square and level with the river. Millions of brick units were fired locally to provide the core mass for the upper structures. The completed base formed a solid, massive platform designed to withstand intense seasonal floods.
The design adopted a multi-tiered layout representing Mount Meru, the center of the cosmos.
With the foundation completed, the Grand Temple began its slow, multi-decade ascent upward. Artisans used local organic additives to make the mortar sticky, flexible, and resilient. Month by month, the massive brick platform consolidated into an unyielding artificial bedrock. Every structural block required laborious hand chiseling before it could join the lower grid. Even a minor alignment error at the base would destabilize the tower as it climbed higher. A protective riverside embankment was essential to insulate the foundation from strong currents. Pouring lime grout into the structural joints eliminated internal voids within the core. The logistics of the project transformed the entire riverside district into an industrial hub. With the final base layers locked in place, the massive platform was ready to carry the tower. Sacred rituals marked the transition from underground preparation to visible sacred geometry. An endless line of laborers steadily moved the necessary raw building elements onto the platform. 4 smaller peripheral towers were plotted out to anchor the corners of the sacred compound.
The footprint of the structure was now permanently carved into the landscape of the capital.
Engineers constantly modified the waterfront infrastructure to handle incoming cargo volumes. Huge pools of slaked lime were continuously aged to guarantee a durable external protective layer. Despite intense monsoon interruptions, the foundation structure remained completely intact. As the structure began rising, an intricate web of thick bamboo scaffolding enveloped the site. Without mechanical cranes, builders relied heavily on simple rope pulleys and sheer muscle power. Layer after layer, the core wall climbed higher, forming the inner mass of the central spire. Flexible rattan bindings allowed the massive bamboo frameworks to withstand high tropical winds. The four flanking spires grew in perfect unison, balancing the geometric weight distribution. A secondary outer layer of fine masonry was added to provide a smooth surface for future art. Day and night, the monumental silhouette expanded, gradually changing the city's skyline. Architects introduced distinct multi-layered terraces to reflect complex cosmological concepts. As the central prang climbed higher, the surrounding support scaffolding consumed vast forests. By the early 1800s, the monument dominated the riverside, yet its ultimate form was incomplete. Sturdy teak wood internal framing was added to reinforce the hollow brick core of the prang. The brick mass was encased in stone, creating a smooth canvas for future master carvers. With each passing season, the tower climbed, defying the soft limits of the riverside soil. Ingenious manual lifting systems counterbalanced the strain of vertical material transport. Mythological figures were carved into the structural fabric, serving as celestial guardians. The surrounding secondary spires reached completion first, framing the main vertical ascent. A smooth plaster undercoat was systematically smoothed over the masonry to receive decoration. A small army of dedicated builders lived permanently on site, driving the project forward. Simple gravity tools ensured the core remained plumb as it reached dangerous new heights. Hidden metal ties were forged and embedded to stitch the massive brick layers together. The internal structural shell utilized laterite to maintain core strength while saving weight. Year after year, the unfinished monument successfully withstood severe seasonal weather.
Fine decorative woodworking began on the lower chambers, even as the upper levels grew.
Every major icon required careful teamwork to be lifted safely up the steep external faces. By the reign of King Rama III, the structural core had reached its full historic summit. Yet, historians revealed that the temple's iconic, colorful mosaic skin was born from a crisis. Tons of discarded Chinese pottery arrived in Bangkok merely as ballast weight inside cargo ships. Instead of wasting the broken dishes, the king ordered artisans to upcycle them into sacred art. This brilliant recycling strategy saved immense costs while creating an entirely unique style.
What began as discarded maritime waste became the defining aesthetic of the entire monument.
The execution of this defining porcelain mosaic skin required decades of meticulous hand labor. Millions of individual ceramic fragments slowly covered the massive structural stone faces. Old plates and intricate bowls were seamlessly woven into the complex geometric borders. Kinara and demon figures were encrusted with porcelain, bringing sacred stories to life. The monumental surface steadily transformed into a vast, shimmering vertical tapestry. Artisans meticulously finished each section, sealing the porcelain against rain and moisture. thousands of ceramic blossoms transformed the stone tower into a grand botanical monument. Teams of skilled decorators worked systematically, row by row, up the monumental spires. The arrangement of the shards created a dazzling play of light that danced across the structure. All imported ceramics were strategically integrated to anchor the larger mosaic arrays. As the scaffolding was gradually dismantled, the temple's true, brilliant form was revealed. At the absolute summit, workers prepared the crown that would finalize the sacred design. King Rama III witnessed the ultimate completion of the grand monument his father had begun.
The industrial construction zone slowly cleared, leaving behind a pristine sacred compound. The completed structural base stood fully guarded by beautifully detailed sacred figures. Every subtle finish was carefully polished to honor the new, magnificent home of the faith.
The Temple of Dawn now stood as the definitive heart and compass of the expanding capital. The unique upcycled mosaic design emerged as an unprecedented triumph of Siamese fine art.
Daily sacred rituals immediately commenced, anchoring the monument into spiritual life. For river travelers, the gleaming towers signaled the profound grandeur of the kingdom. Every square inch of the monument carried the profound intent of its ancient creators. Even in total darkness, the structure stood as an unyielding testament to human devotion.
The deep underground pile engineering had successfully anchored the tower for generations. The balanced layout physicalized Mount Meru, creating a complete cosmic map on the Earth.
With the final details set, the monument stood ready to face the unfolding centuries of history.
The unique ceramic mosaic continues to shield the core, surviving centuries of tropical storms. The unique ceramic mosaic continues to shield the core, surviving centuries of tropical storms.
The deep mangrove foundations still support the immense weight, resisting river current shifts. The deep mangrove foundations still support the immense weight, resisting river current shifts.
By transforming discarded ballast into sacred spires, ancient builders built a legacy that endures forever. By transforming discarded ballast into sacred spires, ancient builders built a legacy that endures forever.